never stopped wanting you. I just learned how to hide it. Some desires survive forever, even after love is gone. Your name still burns beneath my tongue at night, like forbidden smoke I never stopped inhaling. There was something dangerous inside your touch, something soft enough to ruin me slowly. You loved me best when we almost disappeared, when every kiss carried fear underneath, like two lonely people borrowing warmth from a fire already dying beneath us. And even now my hands remember perfectly the architecture of your trembling skin. Somebody's become impossible to replace once they've taught your loneliness how to feel. And every midnight hour still opens you inside me, like old wounds learning how to breathe again. I still undress your memory inside these sleepless rooms, like devotion turning slowly into something close to doom. Because certain kinds of longing never really fade away. They just learn how to survive inside the bones that ache. You said we were too intense to survive, like passion itself became too heavy to carry. But I would have destroyed everything for you, without hesitation, without fear. Now strangers speak to me with gentle mouths, but nobody reaches where you lived inside me. Nobody breaks the silence quite the same. Nobody leaves tenderness bleeding afterward. And every time the blue hour fills the sky, my chest starts collapsing from the inside. Because dust still smells a little bit like you, warm skin, tired eyes, unfinished truth. I still lose myself inside remembered heat, like my soul still waits for your heartbeat. I still undress your memory inside these sleepless rooms, like devotion turning slowly into something close to doom. Because certain kinds of longing never really fade away. They just learn how to survive inside the bones that ache. Maybe desire is the cruelest kind of love, because it survives after everything is gone. Long after forgiveness, long after goodbye, the body still remembers what the heart denied. And even now, I'd still destroy my peace just to hear you whisper softly next to me. Tonight miss you like this. Not after choosing silence, but my body still knows your name better than my own prayer. We love where love was never meant to breathe. Behind calm smiles nobody could read. Your hand would almost reach across the space and fall back down with quiet grace. There was a fire underneath your skin, a sacred danger pulling me in. We never spoke the hunger out loud, but it lived between us like a hidden vow. Your eyes confessed what your mouth denied, a whole forbidden world kept locked inside. And every time we walked away too slow, part of my soul refused to go. I learned your sadness without touching your face. I felt your pulse across an empty place. Some loves arrive already condemned, but still become the truth you defend. And I still carry you when no one can see, like a secret wound, still breathing. Like a slow eternal flame, you wore restraint like beautiful pain, smiling softly while breaking again. I watched your mouth tremble around goodbye, as if the word itself knew it was a lie. There were nights I could feel you from far away, like your loneliness had crossed into my veins. No kiss, no promise, no open door. Still I wanted you more and more. We were careful enough to destroy ourselves, leaving desire on invisible shelves. And every untouched moment still remains more intimate than lovers, without shame. I never held you the way I dreamed, but your absence keeps touching everything. And now my heart is nowhere to land, because it still reaches for your hand. I still hear your breath inside my quiet room, like something holy buried too soon. Like a slow eternal flame. Maybe another life would have been kind. Maybe there your body could sleep next to mine. Maybe there's no tell the truth, but here we learn to love without touch, and somehow that still became too much. I let you go with dignity, but nothing inside me feels free. Loud enough for the world to know, not dead enough for me to let go. Some nights I imagine your tired eyes looking for me in another life, and I wonder if your chest still aches when silence says what courage breaks. I keep you in my silence, like a slow eternal flame. We were never allowed to belong to each other, my heart still crossed the line every time you breathe near me. I loved you where no promise could survive, in the quiet space between wrong and alive. Your eyes would touch me before your hands, like desire learning forbidden commands. We never said the truth completely out loud, but it burned between us under every crowd. You smiled with a wound beneath your grace, like heaven hiding in a dangerous place. I knew your name was not mine to keep, still I carried it into every sleep, and every almost kiss we left behind still open slowly inside my mind. And I still feel you where silence begins, like a sacred mistake underneath my skin. We were borrowed last heaven in a world that would not bend. Two hearts almost forgiven for a love that had to end. And I still hold the feeling, though I never held your light. Some souls touch once in secret and stay burning through the night. You were gentle in the cruelest way, close enough to make me wanna stay. place. No one knew the war we had inside, how calmly passion learned to hide. I still remember your lowered eyes when goodbye came dressed as wise, and how your breath almost broke apart when distance put its hand on your heart. I still forgive you for choosing what was right, but right things hurt deeper when love survives the night. We were borrowed last heaven in a world that would not bend. Two hearts almost forgiven for a love that had to end. And I still hold the feeling, though I never held your life. Some souls touch once in secret and stay burning through the night. Maybe love is not always a home. Maybe some fires must die alone. Maybe the purest state we know is wanting someone and letting go. But if another life opens its door, I will find your hands once more. Now I live carefully around your name, like one wrong breath could wake the flame. I do not chase what cannot be mine, but I still bleed in perfect time. Some nights I wonder if you feel the same invisible won't turn real. If your chest grows heavy without a sound, when memory lays your defenses down. We were not cowards, we were not weak. We were two hearts forbidden to speak, and that is why the pain stays pure, because nothing touched it enough to cure. We were borrowed last heaven in a life that could not stay. Two hearts almost forgiven for choosing to walk away. And even without forever, even without your hand, I loved you in a silence no one else will understand. We were never allowed, but love still happened quietly. And somewhere inside my forbidden heart, you were still the prayer I never finished. You looked at me like goodbye long before you ever left. Maybe love always knows first when it's already dying. Your hands became became colder before your words did. Little silences growing where tenderness lived. We stopped speaking honestly about the pain and started surviving each other instead. I watched your eyes disappear little by little, like someone slowly dimming every light inside. Still, I stayed beside you every single night, pretending broken things could still survive. There's nothing louder than two lovers lying close, without touching, without speaking anymore. Just two exhausted souls afraid to confess that love had already become loneliness. But your heartbeat still follows mine sometimes, like two fading stars, refusing goodbye. Now we dance inside the ruins of the love we couldn't say. Two strangers wearing memories like flowers on a grave. And every quiet morning feels colder than before, because losing you slowly hurts more than losing you all at once. I still remember how your mouth said my name, like it belonged somewhere sacred and untamed. Now every conversation feels rehearsed, like love itself forgot its own words. We became careful with each other's pain, so careful we stopped feeling anything. And somewhere between the sleepless nights, we lost the version of us that felt alive. Still your perfume survives upon my clothes, like your body refuses to fully go. And every empty space beside my arm still waits for your familiar warmth. I know we both tried to outrun the end, but broken hearts don't heal by pretending. Now we dance inside the ruins of the love we couldn't save. Two strangers wearing memories like flowers on a grave. And every quiet morning feels colder than before, because losing you slowly hurts more than losing you all at once. Maybe some loves are only meant to leave beautiful damage people carry through. Maybe forever was never something real, just a desperate word lonely people feel. But if I had one final night with you, I'd still choose this heartbreak all over again.